Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I need to do something on the car because I haven't done anything for ages. I was contemplating working on the engine and taking the head off the block, splitting the two because I want to get these cleaned out because they're all really dirty in there. I also want to check there's nothing falling down the spark plug holes. Hey Siri, stop. So yeah, that's to come. I need to split the head, take it apart, and then it'll also allow me and make it a lot easier to get this painted up, which I really want to do because I've got all the parts and all the bolts really to get this rebuilt up, but I just want to, as I said, separate the head, spray the block, and then rebuild it all up. So we'll do that at some point, but for today I realised what I can do is the rear beam. I've got all the spacers and the cap, so I'm going to have attempt at putting some more of the rear beam together, so that's just another job done. So I'll put you on time lapse for now and we'll see how we get on with that. I actually achieved something, so I don't know why I didn't do it to start off with the first as soon as I did it. Can't get my words out, I'm not hungover. Let's start again. I don't know why I didn't put them on straight away last time, but there we go. You can't really get these anymore as far as I'm aware. They are hen's teeth, as they say. But that's on there. I need to check what the torque setting is for here. For those that don't know, this is a standard Puma, or the racing Puma have the same standard rear beam as a normal Puma, and on the Ford racing Pumas they put in a 20mm spacer in the back, sorry 10mm spacer in the back here, and on the press cars, of which there were 6 of them, 6 Ford racing Puma press cars, always started with registration plates V1 FRP to V6 FRP. They put on 20mm press car spacers, they're known as. So a friend of mine who haven't watched my channel before, many years ago, made a set which I put on my other racing Puma, and I also had a spare set which I'm now utilising on here. So these are the 20mm, and it just pushes the wheel further out into the arch and makes the stance look a lot more improved. I'm not entirely sure why they didn't do it on all the other run of Pumas of the 500, because the wheel does look lost in the arch without these spacers. So yeah, that's good to have those on. What I'm going to do shortly is I'm going to drive to there's a garage around the corner. I'm going to get him to take these bearings and get him to fit these bearings for me, so then I can slide these on, and it also means once these are on I can fit the rear calipers, which will look great. Once all that's on, I can then that's a complete unit I can put back on the car. So let's go and get these wheel bearings pressed in. Right, just got back from a garage locally to me. The bloke I usually use wasn't open, so I used someone else, and he put both bearings in for a tenner for me, so that was good. So they are, new bearing and new circlip in it. Now when I rebuilt my rear beam on my other racing Puma a while back, when we put these nuts on and tightened it up, the hub nut, the unit, oh, I can't think of the word, the whole thing was locked and wouldn't spin, and the reason for that was where this powder coat is up on the rim there. It meant when this was tightened, it pinched it too tight so it wouldn't spin. I think eventually what would have happened is that would have worn out and it would have been fine. However, as I know that's likely to be an issue once I tighten this on, what I'm going to do quickly is use the Dremel. I'll just take that paint off, or powder coat off there, before refitting these on. So yeah, I don't know why I didn't do that ages ago, just been a bit lazy again. But what I intend to do is put these on, tighten them up, put the disc on, and then probably put the caliper on. And then what I'll be also tempted to do is put the coilovers on through the bolt through there, and then put the wheel on, so it'll actually be a rolling unit. So when it comes to mounting it to the car, all I've got to do is roll it underneath the car and put the 4 bolts on this side and 4 bolts on that side. So that's going to be today's goal anyway. So let's get the Dremel out, let's get rid of this powder coat on there, and let's get these fixed on into position and see how we get on. Right. Okay, that's on. I checked online, a few different places saying about the different torque settings, but I settled on 210 Newton meters, partly because that's the highest my torque wrench will go to, but also I saw it a few places saying 210, so I've just tightened that up. As you can see, oh, you won't be able to feel it, but there's a bit of restriction on it. It's still freely enough moving. I don't think there's going to be any problem with that, but if I hadn't taken that little bit of extra powder coat off, that would have been even tighter. So that's on there. I'm happy with that. What I'll need to do is, when the car's back on the ground and the weight of the car's on it, is come back and check these. It's always recommended to do that. I've got some new caps here, so I'll pop that one in, and we'll go and repeat the process on the other side. So yeah, another little step done. Let's see how we get on with the other. So it seems that running the larger rear discs, it means it actually impacts the dust shield. So it looks like I'll have to run it without the dust shield, which is not the end of the world. But if you want the larger rear brakes, then we'll have to forfeit those. But I'll take those off, and it's not the end of the world because it means I've got a spare set for whenever I rebuild my other racing Puma. So let's quickly remove these, and let's get it back together and get the disc on and see what it looks like with the caliper on. Well, look at that, boys. Finally coming together. Need to get some full new set of bolts for the wheels. They're all a bit destroyed, and I don't think they're the correct fitment, because if you look here, I think there should be a flat section that comes off the bottom to stop it moving around in the wheel. But anyway, put the wheel on. It looks great. The blue against the silver, I think, looks fantastic. Show you quickly from the other side. What I'll do is I'll do the other side as well. I'll take this off, put the caliper on, etc. But really happy with how it's looking. As I said before, no dust shield, but that's due to having the bigger discs. There you go. Looking good. Really excited to actually get something, you know, a section ready, albeit just the rear end, the rear axle, and it's still not 100%, but it's nice to get some parts down and actually get something together. So let's get this other side fitted. The other thing to mention is, looking on the car, my other FRP, I was trying to find what grade bolts these should be. I'm not sure they're actually the right ones. I believe they'll have to be 8.8 or 10.9, so that's something to check. I also need to get the torque settings for these. But yeah, other than that, it's looking really good. Really happy with how the wheels look with the blue. Let's just have a little look at that. But yeah, wicked. Can't wait to get more of it done now. So let's get the other side done. Let's get this rear axle complete. Well, aren't I glad I kept all these old spare sets and got them electroplated. I just found them in an old box that I had. Sorry, I lost you there. Yeah, as I was saying, I found a whole set of spare bolts. If you look here, that was the extra ridge I was talking about, and having looked at these wheels, I'm not actually sure if they are in fact going to be incorrect, but I'll put them on for now. But it's something I must look into and must check. I may just get these smaller studs because I think they look a little bit better as well with this style wheel, but we'll get these off and put the other ones on for now, and it should look a lot better. Alright, that's that done. I'm going to have a little tidy up in the garage now. Can't stop looking out cool like that. Definitely need to change them. The bolts to silver at least. But yeah, let's have a little tidy up in the garage. I won't even give this a little dust over as well. Right, done a little bit of painting as you saw in the time lapse there. I've just put some black hammered on the edges of that for now. And so as I was saying before the battery died again, let's put some black hammerite onto this beam here. The engine bay I think is going to be white, so I may change this eventually, but for now I just tidied that up, something to do. This is the what's it called? RAL 5002 Ultramarine Blue, which is the same colour as the calipers, so you can see. So I decided to do the centre of the steering wheel with that. Some of you would have seen that, me starting to do that in the other video. I've cleaned this up. The blue's similar on the quick release, so not too bad, so that should look pretty good. Can't find the centre cap at the minute, which is a little bit annoying, but I'm sure it'll turn up, and I've cleaned up the bolt. So once that's dry, I'll put that on and we'll take that off, see what it looks like. The rear AR beam on here I might put into position in a second, and I've also decided to put, now I've got these bushes here, and these I'm going to start to fix this into position. I've got to figure out which bolts hold the steering rack into position and make sure that's on the right way round. I just need to double check that. I've checked an image on here to make sure this is correct, so I'm just going to bolt this on now and try and find the correct fixings for it, so this should be interesting. Right, that's just about me done for today. I'm shattered now. Really happy with what I managed to achieve though. Front subframe's really coming on, as you've seen there. Trying to figure out all the bolts and that. I'm having a bit of a nightmare trying to find them all, but I think I've got these ones right. Need to tighten them in. These two I believe are right. But yeah, it's all coming together really rather nicely. And of course the rear beam, which is great. I didn't get a chance to put that arb on yet, but I'll do that tomorrow. Today's currently Saturday, so hopefully I'll be back in here tomorrow and do some more. So it'll either be tagged onto this video or do another video on top of that. So for now, yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. But I'll catch you in a bit.